So welcome everyone to this Shamans Directory live event. And today's topic is going to be Sacred Sevens in Andean Cosmology. And we are excited to have everybody here as guests today. If you want to say hello in the chat and let us know where you're from, that would be great. And you could also say something, if you like, about where sacred sevens appear in your life. And I'm just going to. So I am adding pins right now to Wake and Wilbert, who are going to be our speakers today, as well as to myself, so that I can ask questions and field questions. And just to let everyone know, you can choose your view. Most people are really familiar with Zoom, but you can choose the view that you like in the upper right-hand corner of your Zoom screen. So if you want to just see the speakers, you can click on speaker. And if you want to see everyone who's participating today, you can click on gallery. So let me tell you a little bit about Shamans Directory. Shamans Directory is an international portal for shamanic services. We have a directory for shamanic healers and teachers from around the world. And we just opened the door this week for healers and teachers to begin formally registering. So we would like to invite you, if you are a shamanic healer or a teacher, to visit shamansdirectory.com and think about joining our global community. I will say that we acknowledge that there are a zillion different kinds of energy medicine in the world, from acupuncture to heart math to Reiki to Qigong and quantum healing. And we honor and value all energy medicine of all kinds, but we want people to know that Shamans Directory is specifically shamanic. So if you have secondary practices that are other energy medicine techniques, we welcome you, but we need to make sure that your primary focus of your practice is shamanic. So my name is Trisha Bennett, and I live on the East Coast of the United States. And I am one of now more than 50 people that are working to bring Shamans Directory to the world. So it is an honor and a privilege to be a member of that group of human beings that are doing that. And let's see, to introduce our guests today, Wake Wheeler is the founder of sacredpathways.us. He has been studying and teaching Andean tradition for over 20 years. And Wilbert Salas Atasi is a healer, teacher, Paco, and I love to say this, businessman from Cusco, Peru. And the reason that I love to say that is because it's bridging the ancient with the modern. A lot of people who have ancient wisdom, it's thought that their medicine and their teachings are no longer practical, that they're ancient. And actually, although the wisdom is ancient, the teachings are relevant to everything that's going on in our world today. So I was telling Wake and Wilbert before we started today that the chemistry between the two of these men is incredible. They've known each other for 20 years, is it? Or more than 20 years?
Forever.
Forever.
No,
they've known each other
17 years.
They've known each other for many, many lifetimes.
Yeah.
And the love and the wisdom that is exchanged between the two of them is palpable. So, and I will also say that Wilbert is a vortex of information and knowledge. So fasten your seatbelts. And I will turn it over to Wake and Wilbert to begin with the Sacred Sevens in Andean Cosmology. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Trisha. I really appreciate all your work to bring the global shamanic community together. And what a great opportunity, and nice that we can meet in this format. When we get started, I'd like to say something about how to receive the information that Wilbert has. But Wilbert, I know that you would like to open directions as you do. Would you like to say anything first?
Yes, please. No, no, I have to just say thank you to Tricia and thanks, Robert, for this great moment and for this great day. So to beginning anything that for our conversations, our teachings, or sharing our tradition, what we have to do always gonna be, we're gonna open in the sacred spaces, okay? Please, everybody to the Easter duration, please, okay? I'm going to do in Quechua, so maybe you can learn all that. Okay, like this way, please, okay, like this way. Inti waira, hampura te kunanka di teita, suma kuntura pucina, lita te kunanka. Samin chawai kuya. Alinya che ni kyo muna ni kyo nyam ni kyo ni matat kunanka. Ama chawai ki dia mai pinya ka te kupas, por te kupas te te. Alin te kan kunanka kawari wan kiko hatung nyawi kiwon, suma nyawi kiwon. Che so koi kiwon churai kuan kiko, alin nyan man suma nyan man te te. Ke wai kiko sumata kunanki charisei kuchei global shaman suma. Kasin anchete sumata kunanka mas arinki lipi yue ni kuma yue ni chuchi churai kunki. Alin kana kupak suma kana kupak suma te kunanka. Kali jiwan kiko suma te kunanka haywaren kiko. Urpite son kuchai. Okay, to the south, to the south, to the south. Kuyawaira, hampi te kunanka sumatan, hampi churai kunanka. Alin te kuyawaira, hatu nago titikaka, hampi te imani. Niping apukuna hampi che kunanka te nete kunanka kawaiwai kunanka punche. Alinte te jiwai ku te ke punche ni kipi ke mo ni kita kai sun te ni kipi ke ni so mate ko nanga mas aliwai ku kipi ku man ke wai ka panai ku na ka san ku che so mate ko nanga ai sen ki jutan ke linta ke te ali me ko nanga te ko na punche ke so ma punche ko nanga in pi punche pi kan man to so mata ko nanga ku ichi man ta masa ku te ya na pari ban ki ya ko ni so ke te ye so ya so mate por pi te so ku che out to the west to the west to the west. Conti vaira, hampi te con suyo, hampi te conti suyo, te sumato con anche centro in copa suma te. Cambi te che anche sumata con una puncelimento in polimospa, alinta te con una cicciolitico sumata. Immaginatan saperché con anche te di come alinca come suma che come. Alinta con una tu cui accetta, tu cui moneta, tu cui anche con anche ma sta arrivando tipo saperché come. Alinca dai copa suma che dai copa. Alinta con una sun cui hubban chorai kun kiche hatun suma moneni kita. Umay manta chorai kiche suma ya che nikita alin ya che nikita kun alin kanay pa sumakana pe ginamanta trasa taite sumata kun katong kalpe kita yana primer que mi bai taite mai pinya kaktipas kun ka intion kuskalia purichiwai taite sumata kun purichiwai ku che intion chaskaun kiyaun kuskata purichiwai kita te mai na pai kun pas manasai ko hena porintia no kai ku pas manasai ko hena porita mai taite por biche son kochai okay to the north okay. Kolya suyo taite, sumach taite kunanga, kolya waira, hampi taite kunanga, hampi te sampi chapi pinkuna Estados Unidos, liping México, liping hampi kunanga, hasta Alaska liping taite hampi che kunanga liping apukuna, sumata kunanga chachi kunanga punche chaska manta, parle kusa kunanga, wilka ni namanta wilka waira manta wilka unumanta, sumata kunanga parlasaku sumata kunanga che sumach wilka hatun kare kuich man, che kuich te kunanga sumata chachi wankiko. Imay nang kasenchete na tase ya sakot ite ya chichwe ko kanchis warata ya chichwe ko kanchis pungkuto ya chichwe ko tete ko kanchis imay man kanchis to ko ite de ko no ata ite de ko nang ko si karin karin ko suma karin ahora sí me mete ite so mate ko nang kapacho hindi pa linya rin pa urbiche so ko chay tu patronita tanto madre santa tierra pachamamita suma mama hatun son koyo hatun son koyo mama ite grande hatun chakanayo hatun yachay ni hatun munay ni hatun nyakay suma hatun wasiyo suma hatun upaya suma te kunaka te kunaka kichay kuay kunaka te inga de to suma kana yachi kuta kunaka chay kuichi kimanta chay kuichi kimama sumata kunaka asichisun ki sumata kata suma hatun samita kusun kunaka hoy kunos hayo ni kuy hatun samita sumata tun kuichi te pang sumata jiwara te pang sumata kunaka na paro ingia inga de to suma kana or piche suma chay alita kunaka suma mama hatun mama alita mama sumata kan kawa kumisa punchay te pachamama or piche so kuchay. Okay. Apu akan tangka pacaka macak pace caci. Ampi de sumaktai kunangka. Hatun yaya, sumak yaya. Warangka sutir chuya sutir tete. Kami kan jisu kunangka mas kay pacapi. Sumakia mas que pachata taribe pachamo sumata ay sabay kuchuto ay kuye ni kyo muna ni kyo nya ke kyo. Kunanga tete che pachamo inti tete mamakira sumata kunanga Emilio Anquico, Saminchao Anquico, Namata, Amachao Anquico, Macheta, Pachime, Bonate, Alinka, Suma, Tata, Chechas, Kakuna, Kangura, Sumato, Kawari Anquico, Kuntura, Puchin, Sumata, Kunanka, Aura, Sichu, Chinche, Hampu, Amaru, such a mama, dipping Apocuna, dipping Waira Pichimo, Chupish, dipping Kuna, Kawari Anquico, Senor Wanka, Senor Colorita, Senor Pampacucho, Senor Wanka, Sumat, Kawari, the Tehatunia, Ginspo, Senito, Ausangate, Savate, dipping Apocana, Himalayas, Apocana, the Smoke, the Caribbean. Okay, kung tayo ng kawaryo, ito tayo hindi pa ng kagaling ko songa. Oh, pichay songa, pichay! Wow, that is. Okay.
Thank you, Wilbert.
So, to everybody, just to you're opening the directions, like that I have seen since I was 6 years old, my grandfather and my father did that always before to start with the cultivation, with conversation, with some activities that they do daily by day, it's going to be just how you have seen like 3, 4, or 5 minutes maximum. But with that, you are getting permit to the great spirits. You are saying to the Mother Earth, please help us with my talking. That is what I have seen in Quechua, and all the spirits that I'm just saying we are going to talk about the 7, about your knowledge of the 7, so that's what we are going to talk today.
Wilbert,
So
but I think
just to start right about rainbow, right? Is that okay with you, or you are gonna say something, Robert, first?
I just want to say something about you. I like you so much, and one of the things is that you are a guide. You are a physical guide in the Caipacha in Cusco and all over Peru, and then but then there's the spiritual side, the spiritual guide, and that only comes out for people who wait and listen. So now your spiritual guide is forefront, and it's so palpable, as Tricia says, when you open the directions and when you call as your father and grandfather have done. And I just want to say that I think it's such a good example for each one of us that we often aren't in ceremony all the time or dealing with clients all the time, but there's this sense of being in the world, but being of spirit. And I think you embody that so beautifully, is that you're in the world, you're a guide, you help people get from place to place and make all the arrangements. And yet, if there's an openness to what you have to offer, that there's a deep knowing, and it comes from the land. I guess that's the other impression that I have, is that from your father, from your grandfather, from the planting of the potatoes, from going out to the fields, you've developed this natural respect and just understanding of Pachamama and the cosmology in general. The cosmology stems from your relationship to Mother Earth. And I just think it's an important point to make, is that you're a shaman. You'll be in the directory. You'll be available for sessions, and yet your spirituality permeates your work, and you let that inform you. And my one example was getting off the bus the first time with you, and we were going to a sacred site, and you said to everyone, feed yourself first. How can you expect to be in good relationship with Pachamama if you're going on an empty stomach, or if you're not taking care of yourself first? Make sure you're well supplied, make sure you're fed, then go out and in an undistracted way, have your relationship with Pachamama, have your relationship with Earth. So you're a teacher through and through, Wilbert. I'm honored to know you, and it's always a surprise. The only other thing I wanted to say at the moment was, we get together ahead of time to talk about what's important for you. You're the one who decided on the 7 sacred numbers, on the rainbow, the Pleiades, and how to apply this numerology to our mesas, and yet. Whatever you say in the moment is what's truly coming through you. And I just want to point out that these sessions are on YouTube, and we'll be able to refer to them later. So my best way of receiving your information is let it wash through me. let it be received by me in whatever way that I can, and then go back and get the details as I wish. But it's always exciting being with you, Wilbert, because frankly, I never know what you're going to say.
Okay, thank you, brother, and thank you to Tricia, and thank you to everyone who are here. What we are going to talk about is going to be about the number 7. According to my tradition, number 7 is so special because when we are going to talk about the number 7, immediately we need to go to the rainbow, the 7 colors, and after that we need to go also to Mama Koto, which is in the chat, Mama Koto, and the 7 gates that we have. And finally, the Hanchiswara, which is mean the 7 meters down in the Mother Earth, the deeply part of the Mother Earth, where all the khuyas, all the bad energy is going to be cleaned. So we are going to talk about these 4 things today. But let me tell you something about the kuichi. What is kuichi? Kuichi is happiness. Kuichi is sami. Sami is a special word to identify, to be happy. It's much more than be happy. Sami is like, light color. Be happy means, always you are okay and you are in good balance. That's the idea about the Sami. When you're going to be in good balance, you're going to be somehow happy. That is the kuichi, And Mama Koto, the seven sisters, the Pleiades, the Pleiades, really very nice, really, really nice energy that we have to just see in this. It's like a book, the Mama Koto or the Pleiades, in that we can just prognosticate how it's going to be our social life, how it's going to be our personal life, and also how it's going to be with our kids, with our animals, everything we can read in Mama Koto. And after that, we are going to talk about puncos. The puncos so great. We are going to come to Peru someday. You are going to find some special gates. For example, in Machu Picchu, you're going to find the Inti Punco. In Bolivia, you're going to find the Puma Punco. And also in Pisa, you are going to find the Amaru Punco, which is, snake gate. So many, many gates. So, for example, when you're going to go to Choqquequirao, you're going to see the Kuntur Punco, which is the gate of the condor. So why my tradition, just to go to the gates? Because it's very important. Before to go inside of the places, inside of your person, necessarily you need to get permit, you need to get up in this. Because somehow, the Punco is gate and it's closed. That's what we are going to talk to. And finally, we'll talk about the Hanchiswara. Which is the Hanchiswara? Is the special part of the Mother Earth. My grandfather says always, if you have a deeply problem, we are going to send this ceremony, we are going to send this despacho to the Hanchiswara to clean it, everything. So Hanchiswara is like a spiritual way, the deeply you have to go down 7 meters at least. But when you're going to do your ceremony, you are not going to do the 7 meters down. It's just, a spiritual way. And in the moment that you're going to put, of course, you're going to make a hole like 1 meter maybe or 45 centimeters, because if you're going to be just 30 or like 20 centimeters, the corns and all the ingredients, the beans that you're going to put is going to, rise, is going to come out, like a plant. But to not have this, always you need to have 45 centimeters down or 1 meter at least to live off your things. It depends where you are going to be. In the high mountains, 25 is enough. But in the fertile places, like in the valleys, you need to go 45 or 1 meter at least. So that's, we are going to talk more about that. But like this is the resume that we are going to do, the summary that we are going to see today. So I need to go back to the kuichi. What is the kuichi? According to my tradition, the kuichi is the 7 colors. And when you're going to see the kuichi, you're going to be happy.
Similar to this?
Yes, that's it. Somehow you're going to be happy. And the Incas, the Inca culture, use that one like a flag. When they go, for example, to the big meetings to talk with another traditions, they brought always this color of flag. And because this one, we are going to say to the another social organizations. This is the happiness. We come with this. We come with peaceful. We come to you to talk about that. And you and me, we want to be happy. So that is why the meaning that they bring it, this flag in the big meetings or in the big fights.
Well, and Wilbert,
But
even
what
from
happens if you are going to translate to the traditional way? Why we use this energy? Since this Kuichi is Sami, this energy we need, because we know that this Kuichi has a special knowledge to share us, but happy way, and has beautiful love to share with us. That's why we use this energy, this knowledge, this love, and this, we can say, the spirit of this Kuichi.
Well, Wilbert, the rainbow is so important. The Karo children actually wear the rainbow on their head from the very beginning. Like their luminous field is informed by not only the patterns, which we would love to talk about at some point, but about the colors themselves. And so the children are wearing these, and then the shaman, of course, that take the hats and they spend their time beating them so the rainbow is caught from the stars. So I believe that it is Sami, it's joy, it's pure energy, it's light, and it's happiness, it's presence, and it's infused within the body, within the being, within the luminous field, as a regular pattern of action. So, wouldn't you say, Wilbert, that the Karo or representatives of the Andean culture are rainbow flag carriers, that they carry the energy of this Sami, they carry the energy of the rainbow flag? What do you feel about that?
No, but how I told you, for example, why I'm wearing this today, the rainbow poncho, because I am bringing to you the happiness. That's the idea. Somehow when you're going to wear, for example, I want to explain about this. For example, this is in my hat on the back, I have the rainbow colors. I am bringing also this one happiness, but this is a special thing because with this rainbow, I am saying that I am single. On the same time, when I'm single, I'm looking for a girl and I'm bringing happiness because this integration is going to be nice thing. That's it.
You better tell Eva.
Right now we don't have to talk about I'm not single, but this is the idea. Why here I have, for example, the Kuichi colors, the rainbow colors. It's because I am bringing you the happiness, and somehow if you are gonna see in the mountains, in the valleys, the Kuichi, you'll be so happy. And for shamans, it's very important to use the spirit part of the Kuichi because the Kuichi is giving to us the happiness. Okay, I want to explain you a little bit more about this Kuichi. For example, the Kuichi is not going to be the natural Kuichi, it's not going to be normally straight away. It's going to be like a form of the half moon. Okay, so this is a big gate for us. The Kuichi is inviting you, come to this gate, is open and be happy. That's the idea of the Kuichi. And the Kuichi, is just for happiness. But when this happiness is going to be done, everything's done also with us because we finish our life. But how you can say that one, for example, there's the point when start Kuichi always, please, that's going to be a homework for you, please. The Kuichi is not going to be the same color. Here is a stone, and this stone part is place where you start your life. And after that, you're going to see carefully, and the colors is not going to be like a bright here. It's going to be a little light, a little lighter. So that's the path that we have to do in our lives. This is the kausai. If everybody can learn about, remember about this, the bell of the Gauss bell, this is our life. Beginning, we are growing up and we are growing up. In the middle, this is the best point that we are going to be happy. And after that, when we are going to go with the age, we are going to go down. Of course, we are going to be down.
because our energy is not going to be same like here. Our physical part is not going to be like before. Somehow our knowledge we have, still we have the happiness until the end of the days. That is the important thing. That is why that we go to this Kuichi too, we call in our ceremonies. Because, you know, somehow people who has problems like a physical way or maybe a spiritual way, they come to us, and you know what we have to do is just to give the sami, because they come, you know, to you because they believe and they trust that you are going to give good sharing of your knowledge. That's how that we come. It's amazing, this life, for example. They go to the hospitals, they go to the psychology, they go to many places, you know, but there is no solution. But someone says, hey, you can go to Tricia, you can go to Robert, or you can go to this person. They do nice things. They want to talk about this, about this. So they come to us and we put in balance the idea, and with that we are giving happiness. What
So
happens if
Wilbert,
someone person come to me and, you know, I'm giving what I know and he's going to be solved? He's going to be somehow happy. And this is the Kuichi energy, because you are giving this, right? Of course, in the sessions that we want to do, in the ceremonies that we want to do, you are not just calling the Kuichi energy, the Kuichi spirit. You have to call the water spirit. When I say water, I'm talking about the lagoons, big lagoons, lakes, you know, and oceans and springs and rivers, small or big rivers, and also, you know, all the spirits which are around with the same intention. But the spirit of the Kuichi I will call to be happy, to make happiness, to make it real. Because sometimes we are mad, we are pissed off somewhere. So we have to stop that one, you know. We need to put in good balance, and after that we are going to do. But to make this balance, let's go to the spirit of the Kuichi. And you know, this is our kausai, the ark. I told you already, explained. In our ceremonies, we represent also the path of the Kuichi. Yeah. Maybe you have seen, you know, on the ceremonies, we have a special cords, you know, with 7 colors. This is the path of the Kuichi.
I'm thinking about that, Wilbert, in the despachos that you create. You always put the rainbow threads up on top. And I never really understood quite the significance of the happiness related to the prayers. It does remind me that the Karo, when I've participated in those ceremonies and with you, that there's quite a bit of intentionality, there's seriousness, there's concentration on the intention at hand, and then there's joy, there's rainbow, and then those confetti that rains down, right? That's the joy, that's the life.
It's because, you know, we are happy. It's because, you know, why we are going to give a color of candies and rainbow color of candies, you know, because, you know, we are happy. So we are so happy.
It's so beautiful how words in different languages embody entire concepts that you don't have in other languages. Like Munai is a concept that's not just about love. It's a whole nother encompassing of what love means to choose it. And the same thing with Kuichi. It's this whole new understanding of what the rainbow is about, and that the energy of happiness and calling it in and causing it and choosing it, and in a very sort of sacred way. It's really beautiful. Thanks.
And also, okay, thanks Tricia for your and also we have to say, but why, you know, comes the Kuichi for us? And according to my tradition, we say the Wilkanina, which is the sacred fire and represented by the sun, and the Wilka Yaku, which is the water. Always we have to talk about this relationship within these two sacred elements, you know, like fire and water. This one, the action and reaction, make this Kuichi. Always, everything's like a reaction and action, you know, so that one makes the Kuichi. In high mountains, when we have a little cloudy and the rains comes just the drops, immediately we will have for sure the rainbow. So people, when they say them, oh, it's time to rest, and they rest and they enjoy the time, and that's the happy time. For example, when we are doing our cultivations, when we have seen the creature, or we stop. But if you are just a child, like between 3 years until 10 years, you don't have to open your mouth, because the creature can go inside of your teeth, and your teeth is gonna be quickly be bad. So that's only for the kids. That's why to the kids, creature, you don't have to open your kids. So they have to close the mouth. That's the tradition. It's beautiful thing, that one. But after that, the creature is gonna be just a minutes. It's not gonna be forever. It's gonna be maybe 5 minutes, at least maybe 10 minutes, but no more. So because they're not gonna all the time, closing the mouth. No, they have to just turn on the other side, and that's it. They can open. So that's it. So that's our experience that I told you that one. But talk about the creature. Always when I use the creature, a lot of people is gonna look you something special. For example, if I'm gonna go walk with my poncho, I'm sure 100% of people, all of these nice colors. This is the creature. That's why that we use the spirit of the creature. I don't know if you understanding. Be nice if there's questions, and I'll be so glad to give you answers. Please, if there's a questions, will be so good to hear you.
Wilbert, as we feel those questions, I want to point out that on Sundays in the Plaza de Armas in Cusco, the main flagpole there, the rainbow flag, is flying, and that's a regular happening. The other thing is that at Machu Picchu, and Machu Picchu being such a world-renowned sacred site, that the Machu Picchu peak at the side of it, there's a big flagpole there, and the rainbow flag is flying. I must say, on my last trip there in December, and maybe it's changed since then, the flagpole was down and there was no rainbow flag. And so I made sure that I had my rainbow flag and flew it just for a few moments there. But isn't that, it's important in the culture as a whole, not just spiritually with a small group, but in the Andean culture as a whole. Don't you think that that's the rainbow flag itself is quite significant?
Okay, like in the New World, what I have mentioned in my book, is because it's going to be the representation from the Inca times, from the Inca culture.
Yeah.
The flag, the 7 colors. That's a flag for us. But this flag we put in the high mountains, like in Machu Picchu, like in here also in there were also in Pachatuson. There is no people who didn't change. The meaning is just the representation from the culture, but a spiritual way is going to be happiness. I think in 1925, someone says, okay, that is going to be our flag for Cusco forever. So from that time, we use like a unique flag from Cusco, not from Peru. Peru has another flag, which is red and white, but this 7-color flag is going to be just for Cusco. I think someone says, okay, we are just the traditional people and we need to keep with us forever. I think that's the idea. But somehow, if you're going to see in the high mountains the flag of the rainbow, your attention is going to be so high, and your heart is going to be changed, because once you have once you see, you are going to change, because this is the spirit of the rainbow. Okay, somehow it's represented by the flag, but it's also connected with the spirit of the rainbow. That's the idea. Yeah. For example, why for example I use in my healings this, I use in my healings that one. Why? Because I know that when I'm gonna finish my healings, he or she is going to be happy, and thanks to this spirit, and they're going to feel, Because to make a healing, so to make ceremony, you need to be deeply calling to the spirits. You need to be deeply with yourself. That's very important for all shamans or pacos, that if you are going to do something, please, that's very important. Believe that yourself, you are unique. So believe in yourself, trust yourself, and after that, you are going to do nice healings. You are going to do beautiful and powerful ceremonies.
Well, in
And
that
you have to transmit, and when you transmit, you are giving this. Why, how I told you, I repeat again, why they come to you? Because they want to be happy. Because, people with the problem, they are unhappy. So they come to you and they are bringing the energy of the spirit energy of this, the knowledge of this, and finally, the love of this Kuichi, and they will be happy. Like a Paco or like a healer, what you have to know is, once we do our ceremonies, believe that you connected very well with the apples, with the spirits, because you cannot just call just because you want to call, because you have to say the words. No, because you have to feel it. For example, hampi tete, kuichi, hampi,
Hatun Kuichi.
atun kuichi hampi. You can say
Big.
many nice words. Hatun kuichi, mama kuichi, sumach kuichi, alin kuichi, miski kuichi. Many nice words you can say.
When you call directions, I do feel it in your heart. I don't feel like you're just saying something that you read somewhere.
That is the important thing. Thanks, Robert. That's the important thing, that you need to feel that one. And after that, okay, everything will be okay. Why we talk, believe yourself, trust yourself, is because this is your homework to feel it, yourself, in your mind, here and here. Feel it in your yache, feel it in your more, and feel it in your yanke. And that's the basic, to transmit what you are doing. So this is the Kuichi. No questions. I think everybody understand, or maybe doesn't understand. Nobody, right?
I think everybody understands. There's lots of great comments in the chat, and yeah, I feel like I just posted in the chat, I'm going to be running out and buying a rainbow sweatshirt as soon as I can find one.
Well, okay. Here's a
The idea of wearing the rainbow.
all right.
And transmitting that energy. Oh, there you go.
There we go. All right.
Transmitting that energy is it's so beautiful. It's such an easy thing to do.
I do feel like, following this tradition, we are carriers of the rainbow, and it's not just the tradition like a small tradition. It's a tradition like a global tradition. It's a tradition that flows through us. And one of the things I wanted to mention was the beautiful weavings that come in the rainbow. This one is from the Chinchero weaving community from the Center for Traditional Textiles. The reason I show it is because it's known as the weaving community of the rainbow, that they really specialize in the natural dyes of crafting the rainbow. And if you think of this, that they're dreaming the rainbow into being, they're weaving the rainbow in community. They're coming back to this joy that you're speaking of, Wilbert, again and again and again. And what I think about it is that the rainbow is so beautiful because it takes in everything. Yes, there are 7 colors, and yet they're all colors. It's all the sky, it's all the colors, and we represent the rainbow in our own way. And finally, it comes back to taking our position at the fire in the north, where we come and we are received by the lineage. It's our duty to find what really sings through us, the rainbow within us that we want to express to the world. And yes, it's important to learn the techniques and the processes and make them our own, and make them as heartfelt as Wilbert is, and as you are, Wilbert, in calling the directions. And that same thing, that we're in search of our own medicine. We're in search of our own rainbow. And I love the diversity of it. we may be a certain way at a certain time, but then we flip over and we're a different way, depending on the moment. And the rainbow represents that to me, is the diversity of ways of being that we have woven within us, and how we're invited by the Karo and reminded by the Andean spirituality to express ourselves fully, to leave all options open, and then to choose the vibration that's right for us at the particular moment at the time. And that's part of the beauty of this path. It shows diversity, it encourages focus. It invites us to draw on all the resources and yet pick and choose at the time. And the rainbow is our palette, that's us, and that we can choose and we can manifest. Sometimes we stay back, sometimes we move forward. That's all in the rainbow. So that's why I feel committed to carrying the rainbow, to showing the rainbow, to recognizing the rainbow that's in the cloths that we have. And even I was shown that that for cloths that are naturally woven and don't have dyes in them, that there are vertical lines there, and that also is the rainbow. So I would think if you have a cloth there close to you, if you have your mastana or a cloth close to you, you will find the rainbow in it. Do you see that in the cloths that you steward, in what you have right there? Does anybody wish to show that? Because this isn't just something that's outside. Yeah, speak of that.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Look,
This,
if someday when we are going to come to Peru, maybe I'm not gonna be your operator, or maybe I'm not be your tour guide. Look, I invite to go to the Quilla Rumio place. So you're going to find this that is the rainbow.
yeah,
But the name of this place is Quilla Rumio. Maybe you can go, Robert, and web to Quilla Rumio, and they're gonna show this place. But
yeah,
this is the idea, So the 7 colors is there. The Incas, they believe too much in this spirit of the rainbow, because the Sami, or everybody is looking for the Sami to be happy always. What is your purpose in your life? To be happy always, right? Happy with yourself, be happy with your community, be happy with your family, be happy with your friends. That's the idea. And that's why that they put there in the Temple of the Moon, they put, the rainbow. Why? Because, in many, many occasions, if you can see to the sky around the moon, is easy to see the rainbow, right? But in this place, this represented that one, the rainbow.
yeah,
So when you go to Quilla Rumio, immediately you have to think that you are in a feminine energy. But on the same time, the feminine energy, you have the Mama Cuichi and you have the Mama Quilla. And it's in the rock. It's that one. It's that one there.
yeah, that's true.
So, and that is the happiness place. And always, when I bring to the place myself, I'm so happy. And what I give, people just feel it, and they're so good, So this is Quilla Rumio. Quilla Rumio, and it's beautiful.
I do want to say that when you showed the fabric there, the middle of the fabric, could you place that up again?
Yeah.
Well, the fabric though, that there's a middle part in the fabrics. All the mastanas are crafted with they're stitched together in the middle. Yes, thank you. And that's called the heart line. And it's kind of a special situation when you have a rainbow heart line. When the heart line of your cloth is the kuichi, is the rainbow, and that's a good reminder. But Trisha, yours was beautiful there. You had your rainbow, and I love the diversity of colors there. Yes, there is the traditional rainbow that you see in the sky, and yet it's that the mix of your own rainbow. That's the beauty that is each one of us, and that's in the cloth. What about that, Trisha? What do you notice about the rainbow?
Well, in this one, it's like a double rainbow. It's rainbow on a lighter fabric And it's, oh, look at Wilbert's, is that a flute, Wilbert, or a staff? Some kind of a wand,
That's
or
the stick.
a stick,
that's-
yeah, with the rainbow in it,
With the-
yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful, gorgeous.
So this is just to be happiness, you know. What you are gonna put to this stick, to this bacula, the Kuichi colors, is because you know you are bringing with this also the happiness, because we are going to heal. Remember that I told you, we believe that we are healing. Remember that we are going to take out all the bad energies, you know. And when we do that, you know, we are doing this like this, you know. Yosepe, get out. But on the same time, what you are trying to do, once I'm taking out all your bad energies, all your bad disease or illness that you have inside, you're gonna feel happy.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know what happens if you are gonna, so you come to me and you go maybe to Tricia or Robert, and it's gonna make you healing, and you go with some problem, and when you're gonna go out, you're gonna be, you don't feel nothing, so somehow you're gonna be happy. So you are quitchy already. Right? That's the idea.
That's funny, because I thought we were going to solve the world's problems here, and all you're doing is having people like be happy. Like what's that about?
The idea in the life is always look for the Sami. When we do the ceremonies and when we do the healings, always we say, give the Sami, or to the spirits we Hayuari Samita, Hatum Samita, Suma Samita. So we are saying, please give the happiness, the big happiness, the nice happiness, the beautiful happiness. So we're saying that, you know.
So Wilbert, wouldn't you say it's true that if there's a lot of hucha, unusable energy, that it's hard to let there's no space for the Sami to come in? And so one of our jobs or opportunities is to release what doesn't serve us, to release the hucha, that energy that isn't really contributing to our life's work and spiritual path. And then we have more room for the Sami, the rainbow, the joy, the life.
Spiritual way, normally, a lot of people are not in good balance. That's a big problem in this new world. There are a lot of people empty spiritually, but physically they are like really very full. But they forget that, you know, we need to be in good balances physically and also spiritual way. But this second part that a lot of people forget, and they are not there. So what we have to do is make a good balance with them. And making balance with them is many, many things. For example, personal ways. You know, what is happening with the personal ways, what he's doing. You know, probably he doesn't believe in himself. Normally happen that they believe too much in himself, but, you know, they forget to love to himself. These things we have to work, but to work that one, we have to give the Sami. And when we are giving the Sami, we are giving the Kuichi spirit, the Kuichi powerful knowledge, the powerful love, and powerful energy from the Kuichi.
Could you or Wilbert, could one of you put the name of the gate, the rainbow gate, in the chat? If you could spell it. If you could spell it, that would be great.
And what Wilbert just said there that I think is really interesting is you're talking about bringing the Kuichi into our lives, into our Munai, the heart center, into the Yachai, the vision or wisdom center, into the Yankai, the way we walk in the world. And so it's even more than bringing the Kuichi around us. It's like infusing the Kuichi in our ways of being in the world, in the way we approach the love in the Kaipacha in this world, the way we approach the wisdom in our inspirations and what we think, the way we approach the energy of the Kuichi of happiness in the way we walk through the world. It seems like there's such problems. I didn't know we'd be so happy in this session.
Look, when you're going to see the Kuichi, because always like arc, you know, why in the Inca times always they make arcs. For example, here in Cusco, when I was the first time when I come to Cusco, I have seen 4 arcs in different directions.
Yeah.
Because this is also the representation of the Kuichi, because the Kuichi is going to come always like this. All right. And when you say that the Kuichi, I repeat again, I don't know if you are understanding. It's the biggest invitation to be happy with yourself. wherever you are. The Kuchi is telling you, okay, come here and pass my gate and be happy. But you know, if we can do a spiritual way, it's going to be, I mean, physically way, it's going to be difficult because you know, you have to fly or to go another side of the Kuchi. But that is not a big invitation in spiritual way. Please come here, touch me and go inside and you'll be so happy. This is the idea. Because a lot of people say this Kuchi, oh, beautiful Kuchi, and that's no, that's a special gate to go inside and to go to cross and be happy. That's it. That like that I explain you. This is our path. When we start and when we are gonna say bye to this world, this is our path. This is all part. This is all the pacha that we are going to do. The causa will be how we come from here, go up and coming down. But the pacha will be the entire path that we do, and we finish here.
The pacha is like the time space, like Pachamama, the earth, the time and space
the time
of the earth, right? And the pacha of our lives is the totality of our living breath, and the pacha of this presentation is these moments that we get to spend together. So you're talking about how the rainbow can be applied to any pacha, any space of time.
Yeah, there's your causa, there's your pacha.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, we go to the spirit of the rainbow.
So I guess I would say that the rainbow improves the quality of your kausai, the living energy within you. If you're sourcing the rainbow, then that infuses happiness into the kausai, into our living energy, and infuses happiness into the pacha, the time we have with our loved ones, with ourselves, with one another, with the life that we're given.
Mm-hmm. So that's the rainbow, okay.
Any other questions about the rainbow? I mean, I think we're living the rainbow. I really do believe this lineage is about this at the core. I do believe we're living this rainbow invitation, and that how we choose to do that is our challenge, is our invitation. And I must say, that comment about being serious, I thought that was kind of the point. But Wilbert, you're bringing in this element of Sami. You're bringing in the true palpability of the rainbow, of living this through and through, of striving for happiness, and that's the purpose of your work. So thank you for bringing that.
I really love adding it to opening sacred space too.
Yeah,
I love adding it to opening the direction, saying, Hatun Samita, and Hatun, to ask the happiness to come in when you're calling in the energies of the universe, to call it in.
Well, it's kind of like calling in the stars and then calling in the apus, and around the apus are the great wairas, the winds. Around the apus is the kuichi, and so it's kind of a natural calling or in
progression of that's great.
Of bringing in the rainbow to our work as we bring in the knowledge and wisdom of the apus, because they're the ones who are so blessed. They have rainbows all the time. So when we're calling the mountains, when we're calling the apus, we're also calling the rainbows that exist in that place.
So I don't know, Wilbert, do you have Skittles candies in Cusco? I think you have something similar. It's a candy that comes in all different rainbow colors.
Oh, yes, we have.
And there's an advertisement on TV that says, "Taste the rainbow." It's for Skittles candy. And someone just posted in the chat at the beginning, at the risk of being silly, we're all being called to be Skittles. Taste the rainbow. That's great.
Yeah, this is the candies, colorful and Gucci colors.
Beautiful.
And also, why, in our ceremonies also we use a special take, the best keeper of our intentions, and this corn we decorate with 7 colors of candies. So sorry I didn't bring now, but Oh my God. But this, we make nicely and we put the 7 colors of the Kuichi, And why? Because we know that, our intentions somehow on the end will be happy, Since the Pakri or the keeper of the intentions, is the receptor of our intentions. But once we do the receptor, we are be happy. That's why that we do with 7 colors of candies. And also you can make with a corn, because here in Peru it's easy to find the 7 colors no problem. And that is a special meaning too, So always when we do somehow in our ceremonies, we are going to use always the rainbow, maybe in cartoons, maybe in cords and candies. It's because, what we are trying to do, what we are, our creation is going to be for good. It's going to be because, we are going to make happy to the people. That's the intention. Because when we do
So I just want to let both of you guys know that we actually are halfway. We're at 1 hour now. So if Wilbert, if you just want to look at your agenda and decide what you want to do for the next hour, because we just did the rainbow for an hour, which was gorgeous.
Yes, but you are taking a longer time in Kuichi. Yeah, we have to go.
It's good. It's a lifetime.
And it might be that we spend this whole time talking.
I think that's a good point, Tricia and Wilbert. I know that you wanted
to just had a big agenda, so I want to make sure that we.
Right. I know you wanted to bring the focus of the 7 sacred numbers into the mesa, the puncos. Do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to go with the Pleiades for a few moments?
I think we are going to go to the Pleiades, and after that with the puncos, and finally we finish with the Kanchiswara, which is belong to the Mother Earth.
Okay.
We're going to fit it all in.
Yeah, let's give it. We'll do a timer for 10 minutes for the Pleiades.
Yeah,
I think so. Let's roll with that, because so much of the Inca cosmology is from the stars, from the sky, and so I think that is a very important point that you're making. The Pleiades. What's the importance of the Pleiades?
Okay, so according to my tradition, for us, it's very important these 3 worlds. The upper world, here world, and underworld. When we talk about the upper world, definitely we have to start to think about the Southern Cross, about the Inditaita Mamaquilla, but also we have to think about Mama Koto, the Pleiades, Mama Koto. So this Mama Koto also for us very important. See, this is the Pleiades, right? The 7 sisters. So that one, in this part of the world, we can have option to see just in April, May, on part of June. That is all, and after that goes another way. So I never have experience, in United States or in Europe. I didn't have seen at nights, maybe somewhere there, but I don't know. But here we can see April, May, and June. That is all. Why we are touching the Mama Koto energy, the spirit of the Mama Koto? Because the Mama Koto, according to my tradition, is going to someone so special who's going to show us what you have to do in your life to see our social lives, to see our future, to see our cultivations, how we need to be prepared for that. In this Mama Koto, you can see very carefully this star, in the middle. This star, according to my traditions, Purich Chaska, which means the walking star. And this walking star is going to move up or down or left or right, always in the Southern Cross shape. No like, simple way that can go like west north or maybe east south. No, it's like that. It's gonna specifically, he's gonna walk up, down, or to the right or to the left. When we are going to see, according to my tradition, like that I told you, Hana Pacha for us is going to be a great world, the great world of the great spirits. Because also according to my tradition, the upper world is gonna be the representation, the God of the gods, which is who has thousand names, but he's just one spirit. There is no more with different kind of names. It's just one. And Mama Koto, for example, if I want to see about my cultivations, I need to go during a night and around 11:30, 12 until 1 p.m. I need to look this book open for me. Because like a Paco, I know the position of the Pleiades. This is the normal position of the Pleiades.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens if that one is going to go upper, this point, this star upper? For some talking about cultivation means that we don't have to start with our cultivation in August. We need to take a little bit more time, because that is telling us that, the cultivation time is not a time to do in the same day. You need maybe you have to do later, because the rain is going to come late, because the situation of the weather is not going to be good. It's telling us. And if this star is going to coming down, means, okay, the rain is going to come earlier. Please go with the cultivation a little earlier, maybe 15 on 1 month before. And people always believe that one, and they do that one. Because the 1st of August is the day that we have to start with the cultivation. Actually, there is no rain. That's a nice thing. There is not too much rain. Maybe at least in August, we are going to have maybe 2 or 3 times the amount, but it's enough. And September, we have a little bit more, and November, a little bit more, and October, a little bit more, and November, more. But December is going to be the biggest rain season, January, February, and March.
So, Wilbur, you're using the Pleiades as a divination piece, depending on your intention. If you want to ask about farming, if you want to ask about relationship or personal path, that you're using the night sky and the Pleiades in particular to find answers and to give your assessment of the energy matrix of the intention of the question.
It's not divination. If it can be divination, we have to see maybe yes, maybe not. No, it's going to be true. The truth that we have to receive from the Mama Koto is going to be when we have to start our cultivation. We are going to start before, or we are going to start later. That's the idea. Now, in the social life, for example, if this star is going to look to the left side, that means very big problems in our social problems. Means that, we will have problems maybe with the weather, maybe another people who we don't know. Maybe we're going to go to the jungle, maybe we're going to go farther to the north, and we're going to meet with another kind of people, and we have to fight, and we have to make a deal with them. So that means that one. But because, remember in the Inca times, always people are trying to find the new spaces, new lands, but for that also they use a lot of, like spiritual spirits.
To me, Wilbert, what it speaks to is the importance of the night sky, especially in the Andean experience. We're so involved with the computers and phones and everything that it's easy to forget the importance throughout time of what is illustrated in the night sky. Just like you said, the Southern Cross, that became the Chicana. Chicana is the central spiritual symbol of the Inca. So the Pleiades, you're giving new meaning to me about the importance of the stars and their positions and what that means to life in the Andes and to all of us.
Yeah, Mama Koto for us is like a big teacher, a big person who knows about the things who's going to happen, which is going to happen in the lives of the Andes or in the world of Tawantinsuyo. That is the according to tradition. It's not like something that we are going to go and say, okay, maybe not my no, it's gonna happen the true things.
It's going to be the truth.
Because yes, that's it. Because remember that this is the star, and it's amazing that this star can move to the left or to the right. For example, for the pandemic that we passed, in 2018, that was a little light, no longer. Because also to read about this, you have to know if it's going to be closer, being small problems, but longer is going to be big problems. And for sure, if you can just the next year I can take picture and I can teach you. But for that, how I told you, you have to know exactly the position, the normal position. This is the normal position. Okay. When you have, for example, here, look, it's like that one. So this is the Pleiades, which is different, So you can see.
Yeah.
It's not in the same place.
Right.
That's a little right. That means the things this year is gonna be good, and the next year will be okay. Still with a little problem of the social problems, but it's gonna be good. So probably when we are gonna see the next year, we can say what happened in 23 or 24. If we want to have pandemic or something like that, it's the true things. The coca leaves and the mama koto, both are really very, very exact things. When you see, in coca leaves, if you really read very well, coca leaves is telling you everything. It's like that one also mama koto. The interpretation could be bad, but what mama koto has or coca leaves has is the true things. All right. So that's why, people who read the coca leaves need to be, called the spirit of the Makoto, called the spirit of the hawk, because the view. So with that, you can make your readings, of the coca leaves. But talking about the Mamakoto always we call because we want to have this spirit, because it's very important to know about the social lives, about your personal lives. What is going to happen with yourself, for example? How will be your house? How's going to be the relationship with your kids and with your family? And that's all you can see in Mamakoto. And Mamakoto will teach you, will tell you. Of course, Mamakoto is not going to tell you, do this. But we know already if something bad is happening, what is the best thing that we can do? It's just, for example, in my relationship, if it's going to go to the left side, okay, I have to ask myself first, what I'm doing well or not? And it's time to go to my wife, hey, let's go sit down and let's check what happened with you, because I know our relationship is not good, 100%, because I have seen in Mamakoto, but for that, you yourself, he or she must be honest and put the things in good balance. And after that, start with a new path and then a new relationship, we can say. But you are shifting. What is the idea of that? If we have seen in Mamakoto our bad life or nice life, always is for shifting, If something is bad, we need shift. If, we have seen in Mamakoto the life is okay, also we need to have shift. Why? For happiness, always here I have to be Maika Sami within us. For us, honest with us. And to be honest with us is going to be, forgive me, forgive you. That's very important according to my tradition. Otherwise, our personal lives is not going to be okay. For example, in the social big, in between the two villages, what do you have to do? Make a good balance. Maybe we are fighting for the women. Maybe we are fighting for the fuels. I don't know. Maybe for animals. Maybe for food of the animals. But what happens if we are going to put just in balance everything? That one teaches the Mamakoto. Be in good balance with ourselves. That's it. That's why she's going to show your life is good, your life is not good. You are okay. Okay, perfect. We have to follow this. This is the Mamakoto. Okay.
Wilbert, I think you have really given us some important insight on being more attentive to the Pleiades and the significance of the star movements in the Andean life. If there are questions, let's entertain them, and then let's move on to the mesa and the 7 gates shown there. Are there any questions that people have about the Pleiades, the Mamakoto?
I don't have a question. I just want to say that it's a really great example of living in reciprocity with nature.
Yeah.
That what the stars tell you is a fact. I love that.
It's not divination, it's what is. Yes.
No,
That's what I heard clearly.
It's a fact. I love that.
I heard that clearly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have to say that I really loved Wilbert starting the directions with the East. It just gave a completely different meaning for me to start calling the stars in first, you know, and I thought that was really beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. And you know, when we talk about Makoto, how I told you, we are talking about upper world. And upper world, you know, the star. You know, it's amazing that, you know, according to the Andean tradition, not just the Queros, also in the greater rich valleys in Peru, you know, they say always, and we say also, is, you know, if you're going to be a good professional, you have your own star, because this star will help you all your life. And a lot of people ask about this. Where is my star? No, your star is your sun. Your star is your will. Your star is your belief. Your star is your trust. That's the star that you have. If you're looking for example, to be a good professional, okay, let's go to your star, and the energy of the star, the spirit of the star, you have to pray, okay, teach me more, give me much more knowledge, give me much more love, and give me much more energy. With that, I'll be okay. And this 3 core value is so important, because since you have a Yache, Mune, and Yankee in good balance, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be great. Because this is your life. Who has to make your life? You are going to you yourself, you are going to your life. You are going to be the big builder of your pacha, you big builder of your cause. But you know, in this cause and pacha, what you are going to do? The great aini, the great relationship. I was talking just a little bit, you know, with your family, with your village people, finally with the world. Make a good balance, and that's it. And you know, if I'm not sure that my life is not going well, okay, I have to go to Apocalypse, I have to go to the Mamakoto and see what happened. And you know, everybody's gonna maybe question that, how I can go my personal things to Mamakoto. Of course, when you are gonna say today, for example, hey, today I will see my life in Mamakoto. This is the intention today, you know, you go there and you will see my life. That's it.
Hey, Wilbert, I have a question that's a little bit off track, but it came into the chat. Is there anything that you can tell us about the lunar eclipse that's happening?
The eclipse, of course. You know, according my tradition, we say wanyu. Wanyu means dead. Okay, wanyu means death. You know, according to my tradition, people says, you know, the time is dead, okay? Because somehow there is not gonna be a sun, there is not gonna be moon, okay? Because, you know, the position of the moon is gonna be in the same position of the sun. And that one, my people says wanyu. Wanyu means, you know, the deep, but you know, the deep time is gonna be just a minutes or maybe 1 hour sometimes, but you know, that's rare. But it's normally minutes, you know. And according to the wanyu.
It's a dead time,
Dead time.
Dead time, okay.
Dead time,
Is there anything that specific that you should do during that time? Is there anything, any intention that you should hold, or any, Is there any use for that dead time, or there's no use for it?
When we have this date or wanyu, what we have to do is just to go to the spirit of the Father, Sun, and Mother Moon, and to ask, to give us much more energy. That's what that will do.
Great.
Okay.
Please come back from your dead. Please come back from dead time.
Yes. No, but sometimes, okay, I tried to go there because,
Yeah.
our prayers, we have to say, why is happening that one? Why is happening that one? And ask to the Mother Moon and Father Sun, please give us always your healing energy, your powerful knowledge to
Yeah.
because
Beautiful.
the sun or the fire is the big healer, in this life. Daily by day, daily, the sun, kill a lot of bacteria, and that was, according to my tradition, my ancestors know it very well. That one.
Yeah. Thank you.
There is a history, I have to tell you, that there were no sun like maybe 1 week. They said like years ago. That was not in Inca times, that was in the pre-Inca times. They say the 7 days were not sun, and a lot of people died that, and a lot of animals died, and the plants also died that one. So from that time, they take care a lot about this wanyu time. From that time, they say wanyu, because the wanyu means dead, and they did a lot of people, animals, and plants, and everything was dying. So that's why that we have wanyu is something bad, and we have to pray to the Father, Son, Mother Moon, always give us the energy and the love and the knowledge. Thanks for your question. You remind me of my grandfather. He told me that.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, how about the gates, Wilbert? The
Okay,
punkus.
punkus. Oh, I love to talk about the punkus. Oh, everybody, have your attention, please. Okay, we are gonna go to this nice place, which is the gates. I love to talk with the gates because, when I was in the first time in Machu Picchu, I found the Inti Punku, and it's amazing. I think somehow I went to Machu Picchu. I went to Machu Picchu walking. I didn't go by train, because at that time I was a student. I was in the university. And student time, there is not much money, but the cheapest way to go to Machu Picchu was walking. I walk the Inca Trail during 2 days. Normally they do 3 days, 4 days, but I did just the 2 days. And the first thing that I found was the Inti Punku. And when I arrived to the Inti Punku, immediately come, that my father told me about the punkus that we have, And I was trying to do the relationship with this high Inti Punku, and that was the gateway to go inside of Machu Picchu. And I say, okay, that's the time to get a permit to Machu Picchu. That's the time to go inside of Machu Picchu, and it's time to be happy, because when you're gonna be in the Inti Punku, Machu Picchu appear like a picture. It's really very, it's different.
You can see,
different kind of things, So, punkus, according to my tradition, we have 7 gates in our body. The first punku is going to be here, This is Viracocha Punku, the main gate of the humans. And the second gate, which has a relationship with the upper world, with Hanach Pacha. That's what it is. And the second one is going to be Pachacutec Punku here in the neck. Why? Because, everybody wanna have the time to come, must be always happy, must be good. If I have today bad day, tomorrow I don't have to wait also have a bad day. Somehow I need to make the nice day tomorrow. This is the Pachacutec. And Pachacutec is not the simple word. Pachacutec is a special word, philosophy Andean word, which means the time to come. And on the same time, Pachacutec means also, let's make it different the time. Pacha time, Kutec bad. Let's make nice this time. That's the Pachacutec. And Pachacutec is located here. It's represented with one stone, you know. I forgot to tell you that one. Viracocha is represented for the normally for this stone because it's gonna be stayed in the front when you run to the healings.
So you could take a moment with your mesas if you have that available and sense. Doesn't need to be forever, but sense for right now.
Okay,
What
let's-
would
okay,
be
like
a
you
good
you are
stone?
Pacos, you know, everybody's Paco. So let's
Yeah.
feel it that. Okay, this is the Viracocha stone. Only one stone.
Yeah.
And you're going to put here and feel it and make your connection with the upper world and say, okay, I am here. I'm doing this because I need you. I'm opening this gate because I need you to go inside and clean my bed, illness and disease, spiritual and physically. Because you have a powerful knowledge, because you have a beautiful love and deeply love, and you have the great and powerful energy. Go inside and clean and give me your medicine. And with your medicine, I'll be okay. And give me finally everything that you have. Yes, you can feel it. On the same time, you can do with another stone, you know, which is I have for.
That's beautiful, Wilbert, is just to have a stone, to begin with one stone and have it be the Viracocha stone and have it be the direct connection to spirit and use it on our bodies and let its energy infuse us. I think that's beautiful. That's a big teaching right there. That can be used anytime.
That's Viracocha Punco, right?
Yeah.
Now, when we go down, I have another stone, you know, like this stone. Look, you have to decide which is going to be your stone. You know, for example, I decided that one because it's a square shape and looks like a mountain and looks nice. That's why that I use for Pachacutec, okay?
Yeah.
So this is Pachacutec, and you put here. How I told you Pachacutec, because, you know, okay, let's see. Tomorrow I want to have a great time and the rest of the days also. Until the end of my life, I want to have beautiful life. The time to come has to be always nice. But how I am going to do with the help of your spirit of the Pachacutec. I was trying to explain Pachacutec is not name, it's not a special philosophy word in the Andean part of the world. You know, so this is Pachacutec. And also we can do a specific Pachacutec ceremony because we need change our lives. Why we put this stone here? Because, you know, always this life is going to be for shifting. Everybody says, no, I'm okay, I'm full, I'm all right. No, it's not like this. And I want to mention for all Pacos, like for me, like for Tricia and for Robert and the rest of the people who are with me now, every day is going to be learning time. And this learning time is going to be for good. And this learning time is going to be because we are going to have much more experience. And according to our experience, we are going to do the time to come nice way. Beautiful. Okay, this is the Pachacutec.
Isn't it interesting, Wilbert, that the Pachacutec stone is at the throat, at the voice of what we hear,
because
of
the
what
creation's
we see.
here. The creation's here.
How important our words are, how important what we hear and how we interpret, that crafts the time to come.
Make a relationship with the modern medicine and also with the modern life. What happens if you cannot breathe the air? They're going to open it here and you're going to make a Pachacutec, you're going to go back to your life.
Yeah.
Because this part is dead and you cannot breathe the air. And they're going to open it and they're going to put something and you're going to go back. That's Pachacutec. They are doing Pachacutec somehow. In Inca times, that was very important to do Pachacutec. Also, they did already the breathing here in the Inca times. Remember that, you know, that before Inca times, they have already surgery to the crime. So that was so beautiful. And, you know, to open it, that one for them was so easy. You know, so that's the Pachacutec. You know, the Pachacutec is so beautiful. But remember, when you are going to put the Pachacutec stone, you need to go to the Incari Collari. Take note, Pete, please. I'm going to Write in the chat. That's very important because the Inkari Kolyari is the ancestors. Okay, Inkari Kolyari. Okay, Inkari Kolyari. Inkari Kolyari.
The male female ancestors, the ancestries.
Why we go? Okay, just a minute. Inkari, I have to write well. Inkari Kolyari. Okay, right. Here you go. Inkari Kolyari. Why? Because the ancestors, you know, like why we are talking right now about these things. Thanks to my grandfather. Thanks to my father who teach me that one, who showed me how to do the things. And we need to go to them to say thank you, and you know, also ask to them, send us the knowledge that they have it, the love that they have it, and the energy that they have it, and the great medicine that they have it. So that's why that we go to them. And also this is the time to go, for example, to the Jesus. It's the time to go to the Teresa, Mother of Calcutta. It's time to go to some special person in your family, maybe was a good healer, not exactly a healer, maybe a good person who loved to the people, who changed the lives, and we can go to this spirit also. Because remember, Pachacutas is the time to come. All right? And after that, guys, we go to the Munay.
Munay.
Okay? I have my stone Munay, look. So you can look, you know, the stones like a heart shape or whatever you want, but maybe if you can have a stone like a heart shape, is okay. For example, I have another one here, look. See? See, this is the heart.
Yeah.
So you can put here. And that is, oh, beautiful stone. This is, for example, made something artificial. But if you can use this heart, you know, it's exactly like heart, you know. This kind of shape you're going to find when you come to Cusco, down like 100 meters weight from Temple of the Sun. There is in the rock, the shape of the heart, the Temple of the Heart. So that one you can put here. But why this punko, the Munay punko? You know, this is talk about the Munay is really so nice. A lot of people, they close the love very easy, very easy. And after that, they can be longer time with this gate close. But like healers and like Pacos, our work is going to make open again this Munay gate. And open this Munay gate is because we need renewal the love that he or she is losing. Not exactly losing, but you know, somehow they are losing. Because you know, from 50s, 60s, you know, people says, oh, no, I don't like this life. Oh, I wanna date myself. Oh, it's because you know they are closing. The love is close. Because I heard a lot, for example, here in Cusco, a lot of people, oh, Wilbert, oh, I wanna date, I wanna disappear. Oh, I hated my sister, I hate my brother, I hate, you know, for them it's a lot of problems, you know, but they don't know exactly the problem is himself or herself. Because you know the love is close. So today you are learning this very special thing. People who come to you, oh my God, I have problems. I don't love myself. I wanna date, you know. I want to disappear from this world for this one. It's because the love is long way from them. Because they forget themselves. It's very important because you know, love yourself is like so special. If you don't love yourself, forget it. This life is not gonna be good for you. You will be all the time pissed off with everybody. The tokens that you're going to receive from someone, you will receive because you have to receive, that's all. But it's much more nice if you have to receive some ideas and you keep it. If you decide it's good, okay, it's great. If you decide it is bad, it's okay. But you know, because your love needs to be open. The gate of the love needs to be open. And once you're open, you are going inside of your deeply love. And when we talk about the deeply love, we are talking about the moon age. This deeply love on my gate is not like, I love you, you love me. No, don't confuse that one. Don't confuse. The deeply love is your knowledge, your love, and your energy that you have inside it. How you can love yourself, how you can feel your love. This is the deeply love. And a lot of people says that, I am feel of the love because I love my brother, I love my sister. Okay, that's the outside. But what happened inside of your person? Because for Pacos, it's very important, that part. If you don't love yourself, if you don't feel love, what kind of Sami you can give to the people? Forget it. It's very important always analyze and check ourselves. And this deeply love is easy exercise every day that you can do. Go just to your bathroom and go to the mirror and say, hey, Tricia, I hug yourself. I love yourself. That's physical way. But the spiritual way, trust that you love yourself and believe that you love yourself. And that's the Munay Pongo, the gate of the Munay. Questions maybe about this?
I just love that you said, if you don't have it, forget it.
Well, and it's interesting it affects the quality of the Sami that is able to be shared.
Yeah. I just had this image of a dried up riverbed. If that gate gets closed.
Well, you can't share what you don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody today learned that how you have to go to learn your love, and tomorrow you'll be different. And you will start with yourself, and you will start with your kids, with your family, with your father, brother, with me, and finally with the world. Okay?
Beautiful.
That's very important. Okay, I think, somehow we are talking about this. No, I'm going to go to the Costco. Costco is the navel, okay? Costco. My Costco stone, this is represented by the Southern Cross.
Mm.
Another beautiful gate. This gate we need to open, and also sometimes we need to close. It's so different. We need to open because we need to be in good balance. And the Southern Cross is going to teaching us always be in good balance. The point of the Southern Cross in the middle point, this is the place that everybody want to go, here to the middle. That's the best place of the integration, the best place of the integration. Wherever you come, maybe from Chinchay Suyo, Conti Suyo, Anti Suyo, Colla Suyo, wherever you come, you have to go inside of this Costco and make a good balance with yourself. And this gate is going to help us how we can go to the different directions. But to go to the different directions, you have to know how to go. On the same time, if you come to the Costco, you have to know how to come inside of this to make and to look for your great integration. The integrations is meaning that if you have low knowledge, you have high knowledge, doesn't matter in this case. Please go to the integration place with the thing that you have, with the knowledge that you have. I cannot make you a big obligation to be always a Paco or to be a good professional, and with that you can come to integration. The integration place is open for everybody, for campesinos, for Black people, for white people. Integration is just one. Why right now people are thinking, there must be no differences? According to my tradition, my people know already that old people, young people, everybody has this opportunity to go to the integration, and we have to make it. And that one, because also in the Inca times, why they make a nice temple in Cusco, Sacsayhuaman, the biggest spiritual temple in the spiritual world, because Cusco was the center of the world, and they put Cusco. The name was not a Cusco, was Cusco, and the Cusco is the navel of the human. That's why Cusco is now Cusco, but in the Inca times, the place of this city was Coscollacta, the city of Cusco, because they built it a nice temple, and you need to come to this temple and ask and pray for the great integration. Integration, because different kind of people has different kind of thinkings, different kind of people has different kind of lives. But if you are integrated, you're going to be just one. You know what I mean, Inca? Inca is Quechua, but what I mean, Inca? Inca means Kani, I am. So you have to do that. When you make the integration, you're going to say, yes, I am. That's about this gate. The nice thing that can happen with this gate is finally say, I am. No Kani, I am. Right? This is the Cusco gate. Beautiful gate. And also we use, how I told you, we put a stone also in the navel, the square, because goes to the 4 regions, goes to the 4 sides, sacred sites, goes to the 4 sacred elements. It's beautiful to talk about this. Because the 4 sacred elements, we are talking about sacred fire, sacred wind, sacred water, and sacred ground. These 4 elements also must be integrated, because you need them. Without fire, no food. Without water, no life. Without wind, no life also. And without ground, without our Mother Earth, where we are going to live, what we are going to do is a fire. And that one also integrated in this gate. So need to go, the spirit of them need to go in this gate and be there with you and make it balance. Okay. So after that, I have to go to the Nusta gate. The Nusta gate. For Nusta gate, use please natural stones, wherever you found it. The Nusta left gate, the Nusta right gate. You have to give, in the humans, we are right and we are left. If you are right, give much more good stones this way. And also good stones. What I use, for example, in my normal healings, this one is going to go to the right side, because I consider comes from the million years. And that one is a natural and is a quartz and will go to left side. But why we also be open, our Nusta hands, left Nusta gate and right Nusta gate. Why? Because, this is what we are going to work. This is that we give us happiness also in our lives. If unfortunately that we don't have that one, okay, we need to ask it to someone to do for us, but also this man or woman are going to do with their hands. Okay, so that is why this gates so important. Remember that, when we go to the sacred places, or to the river, or to the spring, to the lagoons, or big lakes, or the ocean, there is Nustas, and like humans, we have also Nustas. Yes, here it is, the Nustas, our hands. Let's say Nusta and right hand Nusta.
Wilbert, tell us what is the Nustas? What does the Nustas represent?
Yes, I'm going there. You know, what is the Nustas? Nusta is the young, powerful energy. The Nusta is the young, powerful energy. And we need have all the time. I wish to have all the time this spirit. Because, you know, young, powerful energy, you know, if it's all your time with you, you'll be so energetic. You'll be, you'll be always so good. But, you know, unfortunately, we have to accept that, you know, we are getting older and we don't have, especially physically, we are not going to have some energy like before. And that's why that always we need to have this one, and to have always with us, we need to ask, you know, and we need to open, you know, the gates and fill with the young, powerful energy.
So you're saying to place young, powerful energy through our hands into the world.
Right. For example, when we say to, when I say to Apo Sangate, Hampi Tete, and with your Nusta hands, you know, with your Nusta hands, give me everything that you have, and I will receive like this. With your Nusta hands, give me your great job that in the world is, in the world are. So with your Nusta hands, give me your powerful knowledge. With your Nusta hands, give me your powerful love. And finally, your powerful energy. And I will receive with my Nusta hands. See?
Beautiful.
Right.
I have a question in the chat from someone asking, how are the two stones related? Are they masculine, feminine? Are they a complementary pair? How do you choose which ones go right and left?
Remember that we are talking about the 7 stones, okay, about the 7 gates, okay, puncos. So I'm trying to make relationship with the stones that I use and that my fathers use in different gates. Yes, it's gonna be extra, but it's gonna be come soon. It's gonna become soon, please. Let me finish
Great.
with
Okay.
Mother Earth gate, and after that I'm gonna go to the Yananting Masinting stone, which is really beautiful.
Okay, and that's okay. So the masculine, feminine is coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. No,
Yeah, and I
about
think it's fair to say that the Nusta stones are related to one another. You will find or sense stones that have balanced power within them.
Okay, please, if everybody has the stone, make like imitation, like slowly go like this. But don't touch, okay? Yeah, okay, slowly go back. Slowly go back, slowly. And make it just 3 times. You're gonna feel that. How works that? Okay. And somehow it's gonna try to stop your hands, you know. That's the feeling energy. It's like that. Don't be worried about that. It's amazing, you know. I feel it, you know, but you know, I don't know if you feel it, but you know, I feel that. You know, it's so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice that, you know. It's beautiful.
Everyone loves your ringtone.
Yeah.
I know. we all want Wilbert's ringtone.
Okay. So, okay, doing this, finally we have to go down to the Mother Earth.
Pachamama.
Mother Earth gate, you know. I don't know what happened. Okay, Mother Earth gate. Okay, here we go. Okay, another stone for the Mother Gate. Mother Earth, Pachamama Punku. Pachamama Punku. Why we need to open the gate of the Pachamama? Because the Pachamama is the big mother, is the great mother, is the grandmother who give us everything. Thanks to the Mother Earth is our lives. I'm here talking with you. Because she give us water, she gives us food, she gives us everything. And sometimes people, don't say thank you.
Mm.
The reason to open the gate of the Mother Earth is always to say thank you to the Mother Earth. Thank you for this, everything that you give us. Thanks, Pachamamita. But you have to say deeply. Oh, I told you, when we are going to be in big meetings, the first thing that we are thinking about is about the food, about what we are going to drink. But how comes this food? Maybe you are in the big restaurants, you are maybe in big hotels, but the idea, the thing, the food that you're eating, the drink that you're drinking, from where comes that from? From Mother Earth. Of course, they make many things, they mix the things, they prepare nice things, or they make a good food, or, but the base of this food, you have to think from where it comes. And that's why before to eat, before to drink, you have to say thank you. And in my tradition, we give drops of the chicha, just the drops, not a lot of them, because you are thirsty too, So you have to invite to the Mother Earth first. And if you have a plate of good food, okay, go and say blow it.
Mm.
Like this, that's all. Or just to pray like this, if everybody, and you are shy, to say things, mentality. Thanks, Mother Earth. Thanks, Spirit, to give me this food. That's all. That's all. Remember, a spiritual way, one word can finish your problems, and one word also can make you happy. So the spirits are waiting, especially Mother Earth, wait, just say, thank you, Mother Earth. Take you just the seconds. Seconds, yes. Oh, thank you, Mother Earth, for this food. Thank you. That's it. That's why very important to open the gate of the Mother Earth. And is, the Mother is always, always in relationship with our feet. Always that. Always we are there. And in my healings, when I go to the Mother Earth, it's time to call, of course, the soul retrieval, because the Mother Earth knows where you lose your soul. That part is very important when we do the healings, because where you have your problem in the Mother Earth. Where was the place? Maybe in New York, maybe in Peru, maybe in culture, maybe in some, but it's the Mother Earth. Okay, and time to say, great Mother Earth, very well, to Bob, to Wilbert, to Tricia. Wherever she or he lost her soul, it's time to bring up. The way to bring the soul, and bring now. You know how to bring up, how to go inside and leave the soul there. Okay, it's time to do that. That's very important, this game. Okay.
Beautiful.
Now,
All about gratitude.
I'm going to go to the Anantin Masintin stone. For that, I have to go to my mesa, principal mesa. Just a minute.
So Wake, I didn't catch the Pachamama Punko. Is that at your feet?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's in relationship to the feet. It's
Okay.
it's the first chakra, and it's always in relationship to how we're walking in the world. But I find this quite profound in terms of choosing 7 stones, or maybe 9 if we go farther, with the Yanantin Masintin, to actually work with the gates in our mesas, and work with our clients potentially with these gates, with our khuyas and these stones, these energies, to see where we are blocked and what we might open up more clearly. And I find this to be a very rich invitation to bring the gates into our mesas. I think this is very, very good, Wilbert. I appreciate this.
I also have one more question from the chat. And it's sort of a Western concept, Wilbert, with the chakras, which are different from the puncos. With the chakras, you can open them and close them. And sometimes you close chakras for protection. What in terms of the puncos, are they always open? Do you open them and close them? How do you work with the puncos?
Yes, of course. When the puncos you're gonna open it first, and after that, you don't have to mention close because the spirits know that they need to close. That's according to my tradition. They go inside, but when they come, they will close because they are leaving the great and they're changing. So when they come out, somehow they're closing. That's it.
So you call them to open them when you want to
Not
open.
like, I'm open my viracocha and all the time is gonna be open. It's not like this,
Yeah.
They're open because they're gonna go spiritual way through inside, and after that, when they finish the work, okay, will be closed.
Perfect.
Okay. For the idea is why we are, that is, just think about the thing that we are talking. Why we are open the gates, because it's closed,
Mhm.
right? So it's easy to
Yeah.
understand. Okay.
If we're not conscious, I think they close, right? And so we have to wake up and open
Right.
our energy. Yeah.
What I sense is that we could open our mesas, place our khuyas or the stones that we've chosen in this formation, which actually makes the Southern Cross, as you see it perceptually, and test with the pendulum or test with your sensing the openness or closed. Or if you go in with the intention, hey, I really need to open my heart to myself, or I really need to sense what's going on with the energy of the future. It feels like the possibilities for connecting with these resources are really wide open.
Mm.
And Lisa had a point where the Pachamama gate is at the base of the spine. Would that be correct, Wilbert? And then it relates to the feet, like our actions. Would you say that the positioning is at the base of the spine? The Pachamama gate, Punko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pachamama gate, like that I told you, we are opening first, When we open, we are sure that we are going to go inside, we are going to go down of the earth, Another thing is that, we are always in contact with Pachamama. This is the human, this is the Pachamama. We are always in contact with her, all the time. There is no second, there is no minute that we are not. Somehow we are contact. Maybe you are in the bed, maybe you are in the car, maybe you're on the airplane. Somehow you are connected with the Mother Earth because the Mother Earth has a special energy. That's why also the planes can fly, otherwise without this energy of the Mother cannot fly. So you are connected.
So the Cusco Punko is at your belly.
Yeah,
And the Pachamama Punko is
in the feet.
in your feet. Gotcha. Great.
Why we don't make two stones? Because the Mother is just one. I was trying to explain you, United States or culture or Cusco or wherever you are, but Mother Earth is just one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Perfect.
All right. So now we can talk about these two Yanantin Masintin khuyas. In my hand, I have these two color of stones. They're meteoric stones. In the left side, I have a little like a red color, and here I have like black color. So this is Yanantin Masintin stone. In addition of the 7 stones, we need to have these 2 stones, Yanantin stones, because this stones is going to be the cleaner stones, Yanantin Masintin. But why we are going to use the Yanantin Masintin? That's very important, please. It's because, thanks to this relationship, thanks to the integration of this Yanantin Masintin, we are in life. If there is no this integration between these 2 things, there is no life. There is no humans. There is no animals. There is no plants. There is no fish. There are no birds. There is no nothing. But thanks to this integration, thanks for this energy, we are in life. And that's why that we start to
cleansing because we need, with this spirit of the Yanantic Masinti, remember, you know, Yanantic Masinti is like one person now for us, okay? It's like one spirit. We go to this and we start to cleanse it. If you have, please, in your hands stone, please feel it and start with it. Okay? You go in the back, you count the fun. And you can go to your eyes to have a good vision, of course. So when we are cleansing, we are not cleansing just the spiritual way, also physical part. And if something happened with the stones, we can say, oh, you are good in this part, that's back work, you know. With the time you're gonna feel these things, you know, like always talk nice words, always be in good relationship with the people. And be good in the relationship, you need to have a good words. Okay? And you close to Pachacutec in Caricollari, help us to clean. Of course, you Pachacutec need be, you know, to make a and to, you know, all the places like this.
What are you saying there, Wilbert? What Yoxikwi? What is that?
Yosepe means get out, get out.
Get out, Yoxi.
Get out,
Yosikwi.
get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Release me. Release me from what doesn't serve.
Okay? And you go to Pachacutec, you say to Incari Collari, help me to do this. The bad time need to go. Yoxip. On the same time, you go to the heart, to the Mune, and you clean the Mune. Oh, the bad thinking about the love. Yoxip. Bad ideas about the deep love. Yoxip. You're cleansing that. You know, but in general, you're going to do all the body like this. You know, and you go to finally to Costco, to the integration, and also clean, PJ. You have to clean to make a good integration. PJ, clean, PJ. At the same time, you go to the left hand, PJ. Also on the right side, PJ, hucha, yosi, hucha. Yosi, PJ. And you go to the feet, you know, something you do with your feet, left and right. Yosi. On the end in the feet, you have to say Yosi. This is the Yanantic Masinti. And that one, when you're going to do that, also you're going to do in the back part. Because remember, it's not just a specific gate, it's just for all the body. So you can put on the back, you know, Yosi. All the body, you know, because the physical part is not just in one point, could be right up or there, we don't know. So we cleanse that on all the body. And after that, the prayers is going to come from your heart. What kind of sami you can give to your patient, what kind of sami you can give to your to him or to her, you know.
Wilbert, I find that we're about at our close, but I just find that your meditations and your directions put us into a different space.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah, I know that everybody right now is another no space.
Yeah.
It's beautiful talking about
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this offering. It's something that we could revisit. Perhaps people could experiment and revisit the use of it in our everyday lives.
Yes. And Wake and Wilbert are going to be back next month. We just have a question. Does Wilbert have a school or an institute? Maybe we have to ask Pachacuti if that's coming.
With the love of your of the friends, maybe we can do it. You know, it's just a little bit more time, you know, unfortunately more money, because you know you have to build something, you know. So
Yeah.
I would love to have a school, be nice, you know. I love to do that, you know, but you know.
Yeah.
But let's see, maybe someday, you know, my idea is that, you know, someday maybe we're gonna have a school and we're gonna give, oh, congratulations, you did with this school the Paco way, you know.
For now, we'll have Wake and Wilbert once a month with us on Shamans Directory live events. The second and the fourth Saturdays of the month are Shamans Directory live events. And randomly, if you go to shamansdirectory.com, you can sign up for our newsletter, and the newsletter will tell you when each month Wake and Wilbert are coming and when other ambassadors and other shamanic healers and teachers are joining us. So thank you both so much. Thank you everyone for being here. There are all kinds of messages about thank you for sharing your Quiche with us. And we will look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you so much.
Tricia,
Thank you.
excuse me, please, to everybody,
Yes.
please,
Thank you.
to follow our schedule is that, you know, I have to talk about the Canchis Wara. It's just 2 minutes, okay?
Sure.
The
Sure. I
Canchis
put a
Wara,
note in the chat.
know,
If anybody
the
needs
Canchis
to
Wara has
leave.
also relationship with number 7. Canchis is 7, okay, in Quechua, no? Hoch is que quien sataba pisca sota Canchis. Canchis 7, okay? Canchis Wara is the 7 meters, okay? Canchis Wara 7 meters. You know, when we have a lot of big problems, like big social problems and personal problems, but it has to be big problems, we need our ceremony leap down the Mother Earth. And for that, we need to make a hole at least 1 meter down or 45 centimeters down and leave our ceremonies there. But spiritually way, we need to say the 7 meters down is gonna go this ceremony or this despacho to be cleaned by the Mother Earth, because this is the deeply part of the Mother Earth where can be all the bad intentions, all the bad energies, all the khuyas cleaned. Okay, it's just that one, you know, the Kanchiswara, you know, the deeply part of the Mother Earth where all the khuyas, all the bad energies, bad intentions will be cleaned. Just that one, please. Okay, thank you. With that, we finish, you know, our schedule today. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you to say a little bit more about that, to access it, or is it just somewhere that you know exists? Do you send hucha there? Is it where hucha naturally goes? How do you interact with that?
The hucha is the things that is not good in our social lives. The
Yeah.
hucha, everything which is we receive, you know, maybe from the Mother Earth, maybe from the winds, or because the illness and disease come with the winds, you know, and you know, this is hucha, and the hucha also is for us like the bad interpretations that we do. For example, I'm talking from something nice maybe, and your interpretation is going to be badly, and that's a hucha also. But finally, who make the hucha? Ourselves. We make the huchas ourselves. Why, for example, the illness and disease grow, you know, because in the beginning, we don't know how to stop. That's the big problem always happen with people, you know, they come because they are already, you know, on the halfway or maybe more than halfway. But in the beginning, if we can say stop, we can stop. But for that, who has to be the person who has to feel it, you know, if he or she is okay? Yourself. And that's why always my tradition says, okay, it's not necessary to be Paco to see your personal ways, to your personal way, your personal cause. You have to be the person who's gonna live in this, like that you're living in your cause. You need to feel how you are and fix that one and shift. But how you're going to shift?
with the help of the spirits, doing the ceremonies, doing the healings, and you'll be okay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We will look forward to whatever the two of you come up with for next time. It will be a surprise, and Wilbert will take us out with some flute.
That means that we are happy.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Tupanachis come.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.